92.3 Nigeria Info. I'm captioning this, what did I miss? Or better yet, what I missed. All the big stories that happened in the last 2 weeks when I was conveniently absent. Now, I started my vacation, had crossed the T's, dotted the I's, and was locked and loaded, willing to engage. A major part of the vacation involved me traveling. I toured 3 cities for, well, it's work actually, but it's a bit of a side hustle with plenty of rest on the side. And as the vacation just started, I had not even landed. I've not even gotten to terms with the idea that I'm not in the office. Buhari just died. Yeah. Just as I was going on vacation, the former president of Nigeria died. Former Nigeria President Muhammadu Buhari, former military general, he died at the age of 82. He died in London, at a London hospital, a private hospital. Those who have investigated and gone to those steps claim that it's a very good one. One that has top-notch health facilities, the kind that is befitting of a former president or even a current one. And well, Nigerians did have reactions to that. Some said he was not a good president. Others said, well, you don't insult the dead. There were dissenting views, opinions on Buhari's passing, the kind of man he was, what Nigeria saw when he was alive, and all of that. Well, as you would imagine, the federal government made statements, condolences, tributes poured from every part of the world. But our president declared 7 days of national mourning for former President Muhammadu Buhari with flags at half-mast nationwide. He summoned an emergency FEC meeting on the Tuesday after his passing and announced that Buhari will be given full state honors. The president and a roll call of Nigeria's past heads of state were expected to converge in Daura. Now, the vice president, Kashim Shettima, was also expected to get his corpse back from London so that the president could be buried. But as you can imagine, Nigerians were commenting on a video posted by aide to former President Bashir Ahmed showing the moment Buhari publicly asked those he may have hurt to forgive him. Oyiza said no leader is perfect, but acknowledging the pain caused and asking for forgiveness takes strength, while some others said they will not forgive him. In the video, the president said a lot. I'll play that shortly. This reminds me of when I was in secondary school. While the SS3 guys were the ones in SS2, we were about to graduate. One day they just called all the juniors, right? And they were speaking to us as to, now we are leaving, we want you to forgive us. This will have flogged nonsense out of our bodies. And we didn't know how to respond because you can't say no. Say, no, now we are going for a WAEC, we need your support. Like, are these people contesting for something? Like, does it really matter? And well, that's kind of how it felt when I heard that the president was asking for forgiveness. That means he admits that he may have wronged a person or two. But let's hear from the president, former president rather.
Some form of injustice on him. We are all humans. There is no doubt I hurt some people and I wish they would pardon me. And those that think that I've hurt them so much, please pardon me. I thank you very much.
Okay, you heard the man. If you think I hurt you, please pardon me. Whoever put the background music was onto something. So yes, and Nigerians did speak. Now, the presidents of the country declared a public holiday. I remember this because the event I went for fell on that public holiday. And I remember the organizers were not sure if it will still hold because flights had been booked. They were not quite sure how exactly it was going to affect people. But hey, it is what it is. Some Port Harcourt residents expressed mixed thoughts about the legacies of the former president, from Empower program, low cost of fuel to Naira redesign policy, economic inflammation. They said the late president's administration performed below the expectations of Nigerians. Oh my, I thought I had that. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, apparently that's not working. Meanwhile, former presidential spokesman Femi Adesina says his former principal, Muhammadu Buhari, could have been long dead if he had used Nigerian hospitals. Speaking on channels on Tuesday of the week, of course, Adesina said those who criticize the death of Buhari in a London hospital should understand that the former president had always used London hospitals before he was elected president in 2015. He said the UK doctors were already familiar with Buhari's medical history and there was no need to change them. Adesina said some Nigerian hospitals lack the facility and expertise needed for the former president's treatment. Okay, I'll just keep that because if you say how you feel, it would not come out well. So, yeah, that's Additional's position.
You have to be alive first to get certain things changed or corrected in your country. If he had said, I'll do my medicals in Nigeria just as a show-off or something, he could have long been dead because there may not be the expertise needed in the country. But he needed to be alive to be able to lead the country to a point where we will have that expertise. So those who glibly talk of going abroad, they don't know that a man needs to be alive first before he can effect a change.
Okay, so we go from Buhari's death that happened within that time frame to a couple of resignations that happened. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar resigned from the PDP. In his letter dated July 14, and addressed to the PDP chairman of his ward, Jada local government area of Adamawa, Atiku said he resigned because of the recent trajectory of the party. He said the PDP had diverted from its founding principles. Publisher of Ovation magazine, Dele Momodu, also resigned from the PDP and joined the ADC. In a letter dated July 17, which is exactly 3 days after Atiku's resignation, and addressed to the chairman of the PDP ward in Onwa East local government area of Edo State, Momodu cited the hijacking of the PDP by anti-democratic forces as the reason for his resignation. That's interesting. He said he would join the opposition coalition floated on the ADC to unseat President Tinubu. And well, the APC had a few things to say. The APC and the PDP actually dismissed Atiku's resignation from the PDP as posing no threat. In a letter dated July 14, the same day they received the resignation and addressed to the ward, Atiku formally announced his resignation. He said the resignation was due to irreconcilable differences. Well, APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Mwaka accused Atiku of being motivated by personal ambition. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, also joined to criticize Atiku over the timing of his resignation from the PDP, accusing him of attempting to divert national attention from a period of mourning. What mourning, you might ask? Well, a couple of minutes earlier, Buhari had passed on. So they felt maybe Atiku should have waited. Don't resign now. We're still, mourning the passing of our former president. So it's just not the right time. Okay. Moving from that, while all of this was happening, Dangote just stood up and said, you know what? I believe I can crush the price of gas. Like, really? Yes, of course I can. I am Aliko Dangote, the richest black man on earth. Why shouldn't I pull it off? And so, key players in the oil and gas sector shared mixed reactions to that statement. The national president of IPMAN, Abubakar Maigandi, said the move will not affect his members negatively. He told Soibi Ruwari, who's our correspondent, that direct sales by Dangote will still allow marketers like his members to be involved and may even encourage investment in cooking gas supply. Mr. Maigandi welcomed the plan to privatize the country's refineries, urging the government to include IPMAN members in the bidding process.
It's a good thing because there is no way we can be spending money, no progress. We independent petroleum marketers, we are supporting that. If you look, the way these refineries are, government is spending serious amount of these refineries. Nobody is happy about it. So if they sell it to the Nigerians, it's good and fine because it's still Nigerians. The only thing we want to be part of the bidding when they are going to sell, so that we too independent petroleum marketers, we may have one refinery. We too, we appreciate to be part of the people who are going to buy the place.
Okay. But the national spokesperson of Petron, Joseph Obele, had a different view. He warned that Dangote's direct sales strategy could lead to job losses in the sector. Now, for context, Dangote is stating he will now be selling gas directly to the consumer, and that will crash prices. So Obele said, I don't think that's a good idea. Let's hear him.
Impact on unemployment and which further affects insecurity. So we are saying with his capacity, even if he has all the resources to make him be involved, if you look at some of the implications, these local distributors from street to street are already servicing all the consumers of LPG gas in Nigeria. What will befall on this person? What will be hold on them? And what will be their future? So this is why a lot of Nigerians are foreseeing the threat and they are so worried by him commencing this distribution as he has been mark that is dangerous and is a serious threat to unemployment.
Okay, so Dangote trying to do whatever he can In the gas sector, right here in Port Harcourt, it was good news for a couple of people. After over 6 years behind bars, 21 inmates at the Port Harcourt Correctional Center were freed. These inmates were pardoned by the River State Chief Judge, Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi. The free inmates were behind bars all this while without a case file, some for murder and armed robbery charges. Now, during the jail delivery exercise, Justice Chibuzo Amadi urged the police to properly investigate cases before taking suspects to court. I wish the justice had done more than just telling them. I just wish.
What we are facing in River State today is that the police go out, do random arrests. If there is a problem in the community, they just go to the community, arrest as many as they could. And then the next thing is to put charge of belonging to secret court, then go to magistrate, and then magistrate will remand. And that is why our correctional center is being congested. If proper investigation is done, definitely the correctional center will not be filled up with inmates awaiting trial. Those that should be found themselves here are those who have been tried and convicted.
And then the chief judge said something that I think was unnecessary because they know the third person. But, well, for formality, he encouraged the pardoned inmates to live responsibly as they return to society. If they like, they should not live responsibly. Nobody will beg anybody. You can always go back to where you came from.
You'll be released today. The only thing you can do for humanity is to go and change. That thing that led you to be arrested by police, taken to court, and you find yourself in Port Harcourt Custodial Center. You should refrain from it. Change. If you are not doing anything in Port Harcourt, if you know you don't have any means of livelihood, why not go back to your village so that there will not be temptation for you to get yourself involved in another kidnapping or anything that will bring you back here.
Okay. So according to the position of the chief judge, some villages are about to receive some sons back home. Well, correspondent Temeka Otuka reports that in his address, the controller of the Port Harcourt Correctional Center, Felix Madumere, praised the chief judge's efforts. He, however, blamed the police and the DPP for overcrowding in the facility. I'm sick and tired of these blame games. What needs to happen? Well, we move from that to Peter Obi, who just suddenly decided to have his birthday. He turned 64 while I was on leave. And the supporters of Peter Obi took the birthday more seriously than did Peter Obi himself. I feel like maybe he didn't even remember it was his birthday, but trust obedience to carry it on their head. They celebrated every way they possibly could. There were videos and photos showing obedience in different states, mounting billboards, feeding people in the streets, paying shuttle fares for university students, cleaning markets, carrying out different outreach programs on behalf of Obi. Some ex-users say they are ready to celebrate the biggest political icon in Africa. That's what they called him. I wonder what's the birthday of all the other politicians that people support. Maybe, just maybe, some good can happen. Now, Obi was not even done celebrating his birthday. The Edo State governor just say, come, don't ever enter this state again without permission. From where to where, sir? Sir Chief Dr. Monday Okpebolo. Well, he defended his controversial statement that Peter Obi must obtain security clearance before visiting the state, a remark that drew criticism from Femi Falana, the obedient movement, those in civil society, activists, regular Nigerians, social media. Everybody had something to say. Well, the Director of Strategic Communication and Media of the Obedient Movement, Mrs. Nana Kazaure, described the comments of the Edo governor as an attempt to frustrate the Obedient movement and a flagrant disrespect for fundamental human rights. Let's get straight to business and hear what she had to say.
Section 41 of the Nigerian Constitution guarantees freedom of movement. It is wrong and very disrespectful of the Edo State governor to say that Peter Obi's safety can never be guaranteed, and I'm serious about it. You're not serious about the educational system in your government. You're not serious about the healthcare. There's a lot of work for the governor to do to show that he's in step and he's not tone deaf to the people of Edo State. Edo State people are known for calling themselves the headquarters of the obedient movement. We won Edo State in 23.
From nowhere. and said his own.
Do you need permission to go to any state? What protocol is it? Does Peter Obi appear to you as a man that can threaten anybody's life? The primary duty of any government is to ensure the security and life of the people in your state, in your territory. And this is a governor that is rather threatening the lives of the people in his state, in his government. What's a governor? Peter Obi does not pose any threats to anybody's life. So he couldn't have breached any protocol.
Okay, that was quite spirited. Well, Kenneth was still talking. Wike appeared and said, hey, hold it right there. I also have a few thoughts of mine.
When I was governor, when Peter Obi was coming to my state, he notified me if he does not tell you and anything happens, the governor will be held responsible.
Okay, so Wike supported the comments of the Edo State governor. So when Peter Obi came, he asked me, so why shouldn't he ask my man? Well, the man in question, the Edo State governor, says he has no regret telling the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi to always notify him while coming to the state. So basically, it was like, I said what I said. Do your worst. What thing will happen?
My job is to save the life of every Edo citizen and visitors coming into Edo. If telling him to notify me as the chief security officer of this state is a crime, so be it.
Peter Obi, you hear, Abi? So no near that place again. But Peter Obi was like, I've had enough of people speaking for me. I can talk for myself.
You know, I've always insisted we should stop talking about politics and talking about stress and waste. This is going to work by investing in people. I went to Benin to invest in a better life of the people of the state. Because if they have good nurses, good doctors, they live a better life.
Okay, so that's it. Now, there's a whole lot more to unpack. I'm going to open the phone lines in a bit. But you see, it's not even 1 week yet. And just because Sam is on leave, Nigeria decided to have too many things happening. Now, the Senate did not like all the attention Peter Obi was getting, Atiku was getting, the presidency was getting. It decided to remind us of its situation with Natasha. The Senate said Senator Natasha remains suspended until the chamber's return from recess in 2 months. Senate spokesperson Yemi Adaramodu said in a television interview, justifying her prevention from entering the National Assembly. Now, they stopped Natasha from gaining entrance, and they defended it.
Even before the end of that suspension period, if the Senate sees that and then considers recalling her, but if not, it subsists. The suspension subsists. Our chamber is the only place that is hallowed. Anybody can get to anywhere in the National Assembly. Is a public place. We are not bothered and we don't know. And the only thing there is that if you are coming to the National Assembly with a multitude of a mob multitude, there's no way. Carrying placards, carrying flags, chanting war songs, there's no way. The security in the National Assembly will allow you in.
Very simple. Say, Natasha, you can go nowhere. If you like, shout from now till tomorrow. You see this National Assembly, you're not going to enter them. Now, Natasha was suspended in March over a seat dispute with Senate President Godswill Akpabio, whom she accused of sexual misconduct, a claim Akpabio denied. But on Tuesday, armed with a federal high court judgment in her favor, she attempted to resume legislative duties, but she was blocked at National Assembly gate, sparking drama. There were protests, pandemonium, shouting, pushing, shoving. We no go agree. What is this? My goodness, you needed to have been there. I wasn't there. I saw it on TV. But yeah, it was quite the drama.
Representing how people who have duly given her the mandate as elected and as sworn in with duly issued a certificate of return by INEC to carry out her constituted function. So may I know why a security from the National Assembly will stop a serving senator from walking in? And can I see written authority of your mandate to stand here right before me?
Look at police. Yesterday, police were protesting on behalf of police. And today you are here again to win a legitimate job. You cannot be serving the whims and caprices of one man. Senator Akpabio is not the constituted authority. A senator wants to resume her duties, constitutional duties. What exactly are you?
But you stand here and you said they gave you orders.
Even if they give you orders as slaves, you should not behave like slaves. How do you, sir, stand here and then you go back home and meet your children?
It is clear that it is not the National Assembly, neither it is the Senate. It's Akpabio himself. He is the only appellant. The National Assembly has not appealed that judgment. The Senate has not appealed the judgment. The Committee on Ethics that suspended me wrongly, has not appealed the judgment. As a matter of fact, Senator Akpabio joined the clerk of the National Assembly, the entire Senate, and the Chairman Committee on Ethics as joint respondents to the case. That means Akpabio, National Assembly and the Senate and the clerk and the committee to court as well.
Listen, if I keep talking, you'll have no time to contribute. So I'm going to take calls now. There are many more headlines because it's a 2-week period. So you can imagine the action, the reaction. It's just compelling. It's thrilling. My goodness. 08179230002. What did I miss? What I missed, the big stories of the fortnight. My 2 weeks away and hell breaks loose. I've talked about a couple of things, the passing of the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, the resignation of Atiku and Dele Momodu from the PDP, Peter Obi deciding to have his 64th birthday within that time frame, Femi Adesina defending Buhari going to a UK hospital, saying he was going there before he was president. Why should he stop now? That was quite the statement. What else? The APC responded. APC and PDP reacted to Atiku's resignation. Dangote claims he's going to crash gas prices. 21 inmates pardoned by Rivers State Chief Judge in a prison decongestion exercise. And, well, the Edo State Governor saying Peter Obi should not his shadow should not cross Welcome to Edo without seeking official clearance from the state government. And, of course, the Senate and Natasha. 0817-923-0002. Remember, I said there are many more headlines. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-0646. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Because of time, I'll have to give you 60 seconds to make all the sense. And I believe that you can in that time frame. Wala is my first call from Oyibo. Let's get right into it. Good afternoon, Wala.
All right. Good afternoon, Sam Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I want to react to the case of Akpabio and Natasha. The truth is that Akpabio has denied Kogi Central District their right. As you can see, these people are no longer represented. Remember that the suspension of Senator Natasha was an illegal. I don't know why our leaders, they are calling our chamber, hallowed chamber, why they are defiling it by their attitude. I want to tell Senator Akpabio that whatever that has beginning will certainly have an end.
Okay.
Letting him allow Senator Natasha to do his senatorial work, which is to represent the Kogi Central Senatorial District that voted her in. Thank you very much. I don't have much.
Thank you very much, Wala. That's exactly a minute. Clinton from Bori. Hello, Clinton. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Samarako, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Afternoon.
The Natasha story is one that has gained traction, media traction over a long period of time now. I think this matter was taken to court. And the court, in their judgment, never asked the Senate to recall her back. Rather, the court, in their language, said the Senate should consider recalling her back. When they give you that kind of statement, it means that they're asking you, it's your prerogative, it's your right to either call her back or not call her back. The court gives declarative judgment, not appealing. So Natasha is just playing to the gallery. You gather people and went to the Senate just to cause tension there. Why don't you follow the judgment of the court? Even when the court declared that you should pay something fine, it was a declarative judgment, not that you should consider paying. So I think that this media optics should stop. Then on the issue of some big wigs defecting from the PDP to the ADC, They are always like that when it comes to election period. They always want to be president of Nigeria. But Nigerians are wiser now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton. Ida calls from Nkoro. Hello, Ida.
Yeah, Sam, I greet you in Nkorola.
Good afternoon.
I'm very about Natasha issue. I want to ask you a question. For a woman to carry pregnancy for 9 months, so please, I'm begging Akpabio to consider her. Please, her conscience is suffering. That she can be able to do something for them. Over how many months? That's no salary. Nothing. There are people she's helping. So they should consider and call her back. Whatever thing she has done to them, they should forgive and forget and call Natasha back. Something that they cannot do to their wife, don't do it to somebody's wife and somebody's mother. I'm pleading with them. Please, they should call her back. Thank you very much, my lovely brother.
Hold on, Ida. Hold on, please.
I'm hearing you.
I don't. What the pregnancy for 9 months? How does that connect? Maybe I'm not thinking well.
My brother, let me tell you too.
Yeah.
A woman to give birth.
Okay.
A man. You know when they got pregnant for 9 months.
Yes.
The movement and everything. When they say the woman is pushing, the man will be walking up and down.
Okay.
So, madam, when Dr. Alpha, as she delivered all those stress and everything. So they should consider that.
Okay, Ida, thank you. Chima from Rumokuta. I've lost that call. Tamsin from Abua. Hello, Tamsin.
Yes, God bless you. My name remains Surini Samson from Emago Kubo clan.
All right.
Let me hit on concerning the release of some 21 email from the Correctional Center. Do you hear the statement of the leader, the man in charge of the Correctional Center? What did he say? The place are filled. That is why I'm clamoring. If only we have what would have been engaged River State youth. Most of these our youth find themselves there. They won't have been there. Well, where are the skill acquisition? No skill acquisition center in River State that is functioning to engage our vibrant youth. I keep saying this. We have those things that we engage almost all our River State youth. Adoke Amisimaka Stadium is there. Lekoya Stadium is there. City Center is there. If we engage this our vibrant youth in different sports, do you know how many youth will be engaged? When it comes to swimming, it comes to long tennis, different board games. The local government league could be going on. Why the state league could be going on? Do you know how many youth will be vibrantly engaged? There is nothing such. What we know is all about politics.
Okay.
Because one thing I do know for is that our leaders know one thing. Because if they should engage the sons of River State, daughters of River State, oh God, who won't come out? They won't be receiving all this where you are worshiping them. They want to feel as if they're the, I don't know, they're Messiah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Thompson. While I get the point you're making, we can always make do with a whole lot more. There are lots of skill acquisition centers in the States. Some that I know personally, private, sponsored by the government. I'm not quite sure. I'll need to look into that. But there are many skill acquisition centers. As a matter of fact, right, and this is not an attempt to promote my church. My church is currently on their annual skill acquisition program. Annual means it happens every year. There are people who are listening to me now that attend the same church as I do, and they can attest to what I'm saying. So if it's for skill acquisition, there are lots of organizations around River State that organize those, many of them free. Now, if the conversation is we need more, definitely. There's no argument around that. Okay. Let's see what's happening on WhatsApp. Welcome, Sam. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Okay. Hope you bought bread. Yes, I did. I mean, how would any Nigerian return from wherever without bread? It's an abomination. I did bring bread, Belema. Okay, Beauty from Port Harcourt. Thank you very much. Hector says Buhari actually died officially when you went for your leave. I can't read the next line. I'm sorry, but I get the point you were making. Yes, I had gone on leave when he died. Okay, he died in a foreign hospital. We are forgiving him. However, those leading us should learn not. No be tomorrow when they finish their own. They will come and ask for forgiveness. That's from Hector. Chima from Rumokuta. Hello, Chima. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Orako. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've missed you. So many has happened.
Mr. Oracle, it was even a shocker to me to see that article wanted to say he's going to area. Because such a man that died, the whole nation was still grieving. And article came from one kind of political thing that this is where he wants to defect. Not minding the fact that we took to understand that him and his cohorts, the P2B, they refused to attend the burial. It was when Nigerians shouted to a magnitude that they now decided to come the next day after the burial has finished to come and showcase themselves. Then the aspect of my brother P2B, my brother, I don't know why P2B are choosing to put himself in a backlight in Nigeria. That each time anything good wants to happen in our nation, P2B one way or the other want to truncate it. You have gone to a state, and immediately you left the state, people died in that state. And the governor said you are a security threat, ordinarily with the kind of person. I do not see what is making problem out of that place again. Why is they are replying one way or the other? Do you know what even happened now recently? Even as our Falcon went to win, when they won, and we are celebrating them, P2B again trying to hit the federal government about income and whatever he was saying. I don't know. So my brother man, I want to understand that P2B, Atiku, and all of them, they don't mean well for us in this nation. Whether we are happy, they are not happy. Even when we are angry, they are even angrier than us.
Okay.
My name is Chima.
Chima, I want to ask you a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my brother. Welcome.
Okay. Now, one of the many things I did while I was on leave is I had some events I had to attend to, right? That's part of why I fixed my leave around that time. I traveled to 3 cities. Now, these events had been planned from January, right?
Yes.
We had already made plans. Flights had been booked, hotel reservations had been made, and then I went on leave and I went. When I went on this leave, we found out that Buhari had died. The day of the event was the public holiday that was declared for Buhari. But we went ahead with the event. Would you say that it was insensitive of me and the organization that organized that event to have put that event when Buhari died? Would you say that?
You know, Mr. Oracle,
No, wait now. Wait, Chima, wait
yes,
now.
I will tell you yes now. I'll tell you yes. I'll give you the reason why I said yes.
Okay.
Oracle, with your kind of person, you are in a journalism, whatever. Your boss in that your office now, I know whom he will be to you. If eventually, God forbid, it was him that died, would you have still put up that program?
The program had been fixed since January.
I know, you will cancel it. Because the man that died is Buhari, and you know the relationship between Buhari and Atiku, and in our democracy and our election politics. Why would you still put up an event when you know a man like Buhari died, and you do a national figure? You feel you die, something will happen to you. Okay. And somebody like Tinubu will be going up on occasion when they heard that Atiku has died.
Okay, Chima. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gospel calls from HA. Hello, Gospel. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes. 30th River State local government election. To me, I want them to do it so that we that place, the democratic decision should take place in River State.
Gospel, please turn off your radio.
When the legislatures come back and governor come back, it will be smooth running for the state.
Please turn off your radio.
Okay. Leaving everything, accumulating when governor come back. After all, it is not the governor that is going to vote. It is the people of that state. If governor comes back and conduct election, it is people from that local government. One person must be the chairman.
Okay.
Whether whether Abbas or the sole administrator, somebody must demand. Let them do that and call them back. Let us follow democratic process as others are doing.
Okay.
Because if you hang the election and the same governor comes this answer, he will also extend it by November, and we have the crying of a flood. What will happen?
All right. Thank you very much. That's about a minute. Let's rush through the other headlines and take as many as we can. Now, in this case, we're going to the foreign scene. I guess the diaspora was jealous of all that was happening in Nigeria. And within that time, I don't know if you followed the story, but there was a married U.S. tech boss, Andy Byron, who went viral after being caught on a kiss cam with his company's also married HR chief, Kristen Cabot. They went to a Coldplay concert in Boston. The two were, of course, lovey-dovey. They were hugging. They were together. And, well, there was a kiss cam. It's usually when the camera pans to a couple and they're expected to kiss for everyone to see. And I don't know if it's the village people. I don't know if the Americans believe in village people. It was destiny, maybe the god of the wife that was praying. Somehow the camera panned to that CEO and the HR. And because, of course, they were not supposed to be in that position, the man ducked, the woman turned, and it went viral. I mean, I have a lot of questions. I'm not about to write the manual for cheating, but if you know that you have decided to be unfaithful, why would you want to go to a concert with the person you're cheating on your partner with? Like, let's even imagine that camera did not. Somebody could see you. Again, please don't take what I'm about to say seriously, because I in no way endorse this behavior. But I feel like I shouldn't even say this. These guys might need to learn how to cheat from Nigerian men. Okay, now pretend I did not say that. Moving on. Some retired police officers staged a protest at the entrance gate of the National Assembly in Abuja. During the 2 weeks that I was away, the protesters were demanding their removal from the contributory pension scheme. They held placards and chanted solidarity songs as they stood in the rain, insisting that their welfare and dignity had been neglected for long. I don't have a lot to say to this, but any protest that involves police officers, whether retired or still serving, does not paint this country in a good light. And one of the many times we had these conversations, I remember a caller called and said, somebody who has training on how to handle weapons is protesting about their welfare. Think of all the ways that can go. Yes, indeed. It's not a very wonderful thing to imagine. Then, within that time, the United States advised its citizens to avoid traveling to River State, excluding Port Harcourt, due to rising cases of crime, kidnapping, and activities of armed gangs. In a fresh travel advisory, the U.S. government categorized Nigeria under Level 3. Reconsidered travel indicating a serious security risk. 18 other states were also designated as most dangerous and placed on the highest alert level. Now, a security expert, Promise Dapper, says the U.S. travel advisory is a red flag to the government of Rivers and other states listed in the warning.
For the country or the state where such is given, it's also like a red flag for the government in that state or in that country to also look around. There could have been some breaches. There could be things that they are handling or they are not doing very well. So it's for them to also look in and do more. It's a call to service. You can do more, because there are not anybody who will say, now in Rivers, yeah, we would, in Rivers, we release it.
Retired Commander Dapper, however, said the advisory should not be seen as negative publicity for Rivers, but rather as part of the U.S. government's responsibility to protect its citizens.
It doesn't really mean that when such advisory is issued, that place is ungovernable or is in deep crisis. But they are just trying to assure them that when you go to such place, you need to exercise more caution. Maybe the place you can go and deny, sit out, then now you need to be extra careful. Maybe some people might be coming in, they are not in River State already. They may not be aware of those things. Such advisory are issued so that when you now come, they will not be careful. You may not get to certain place, or you ask, you might even need to get a guide, security for you to go out. So, to me, those things are normal.
Moving from that to a sad one for WWE fans, they mourn the death of World Wrestling legend and Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan. If you're not aware, Hulk Hogan passed on. He died at 71 on Thursday. The World Wrestling Entertainment confirmed his death in a statement. And I saw tributes all over social media. I was never really a big wrestling fan, but growing up, you must have seen wrestling. It was everywhere. I always used to wonder how many vests, singlet Hulk Hogan had, because he always used to tear them. He indeed was a legend, but now he's gone. Moving on, the Super Falcons won a 10th record, the WAFCON. They played Morocco in the final. They were down 2-0, and they came back to win 3-2. We're going to be talking about that later on the show. And then, this is an interesting headline. I remember laughing when I saw this. The SDP banned El Rufai for 30 years. You heard that correctly. 30 years. They say El Rufai should not touch, get close to, discuss, align, mingle, interact, affiliate, negotiate, associate. What other word comes to mind? He should have nothing to do with the SDP for the next 30 years. They accuse him of falsely parading himself as a party member, manipulating internal processes, and attempting to destabilize party through unconstitutional actions. So they've had enough. Get out for 30 years. I don't know if this holds water, but to give you context, Erifai is currently 65. So if he's going to wait out this ban, he will be 95. At 95, will he still be interested in politics? More importantly, will he still want to do it with the SDP? I'm not quite sure. And finally, 4 months after President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers State, residents are reflecting on how the sweeping decision has shaped life in the oil-rich city. People reacted to 4 months of the emergency rule. Let's hear from them.
The state of emergency brings the hardship in River State, and things is not moving, and which is not normal. Normal democracy, we are not supposed to have state of emergency. It's even affecting us, the technicians, because when the government pay money and give contracts, and people getting money, then the money will circulate. The car owners will come and do their work. Everybody is suffering, nothing is moving like before.
My owner really circulate again, even work, and everything is just very, very tight.
I don't be civil servants, I be workman. So things no flow as if they flow before. You know, say my workshop, say workshop dry. No person will receive salary, carry car, can wash up.
The 4 months has been very horrible. Things is very hard, but that got is dark, that got is dirty. Nothing is working. So it's best to bring our governor back.
Okay. If we ever have to do a promotion for this state, make sure you don't invite that guy. Port Harcourt is dark, Port Harcourt is dirty. That's a gloomy messaging. Anyways, those are the biggest headlines that happened in my absence. I'm sure there are a whole lot more. It's good to be back. Let's see, lots of comments. I can squeeze as many as I can before the clock strikes 4. Kelvin Frank says, welcome back. Thank you very much. No be small thing. While you were away, Atiku defected to the ADC, while some regarded him as a serial defector. While you were away, Amechi challenged Wike for a walk through the streets of Port Harcourt to contest popularity. No, I was around. I actually discussed this before I left. Except he said it again. He said they should walk from the airport. Yeah, it was one of the big stories, so I was around for this. Sam, while you were away, bus drivers and traders at the popular Creek Road markets, Port Harcourt, no be small katakata over who they block Creek Road. Yes, I was away when this one happened. While you were away, the new RISIAC made another election timetable. Yes, we're discussing that at 4. While you were away, one keke driver ran into a stationary vehicle, killing 2 girls and a little boy. Yes, I was away. And while you were away, Amechi resigned from APC to ADC. No, I was around when this happened. I also talked about it. Let's see. Wike is a mentor to Edo governor, so I don't expect a different character from him. Chika Onyegiri says. Okay. Good afternoon, Sam. The Petron president, Mr. Obele, is speaking from their selfish interests and threats because of Dangote's rescue of ordinary Nigerians from marketers' exploitation. Marketers should source gas and compete with Dangote refinery or come together and build a refinery. Nigerians have suffered too much from these marketers. Best in Port Harcourt. Well, I'm against a lot of things, but I would not lie. I would not mind the price of gas going down. Let me not lie. You understand? And gas knows how to finish at the wrong time. Sometimes on Sunday morning or at night. You just want to get into the kitchen and warm, just make small noodles. Your gas is just off. So yeah, if Dangote can help, we will not mind. So please help us so we can make noodles anytime. Greetings, Sam. The governor of Edo State, please confirmed. I'm not going to say that. Thank you very much. Owaneza Clinton West says, Buhari could have died long ago if he relied on Nigerian hospitals. It's a very funny statement. Late president ruled Nigeria for good 10 years, as military and civilian, and he could not put up a standard hospital in Nigeria. Oh, well, it is what it is. 4 o'clock is upon us. It's time for the business news. After that, we have conversations of the present. Stay with us.